Hey guys, we are back with another Stargirl news video. The news we're going to be discussing relates to the Flash and Stargirl, a potential crossover that was in the works, and now another one that's in the works. We're going to be talking about all that in this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the button down below, subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on. Let's get right into the news. So, a couple days ago, I was, again, not recording at the time. I couldn't record due to personal issues. This is why I was off for the last 3 days at the point in time. The Flash podcast, which is heavily reliable for interviews and all that, they sat down with Brett Basinger, who plays Courtney / Stargirl on Stargirl, and they brought up crossovers. Now, there was a massive interview. They only brought up this chunk now. There was a full interview closer to next Wednesday when the episode airs, because it's related to that. So I'm assuming there'll be more stuff we can break down that interview then. But I'm not even going to talk about that till whenever, like probably a week later after it releases anyways. But the main thing we're doing in this video is talking about this one article, because it had a lot to say. So yeah, let's get right into it. And also, you can find this article in the description down below. I am linking it. I'm not going to be showing screenshots in this video. I will be reading quotes. But yeah, so let's start off with pretty much halfway down the article. The Flash podcast, Andy, I'm not even going to try to say his last name, recently had the pleasure to chat with Courtney Whitmore herself, Brett Basinger, about DC Stargirl Season 3. The full interview will be shared once we get closer to premiere day, blah, blah, blah. Basinger shared a fun little tease when it came to crossovers. When asked if DC Stargirl and The Flash may do a crossover since Season 9 will be the end of the series, and they were supposed to do a crossover before COVID, Basinger said that nothing is in the cards at the moment. Now, that is true. There was a crossover in the works before COVID. Brett Basinger revealed that 4 months ago at Comic-Con. No one really talked about it, but there was a Flash Stargirl crossover in the works. And obviously got started because of COVID, similar to Superman Lois and Batwoman's crossover that's going to happen. Basically, COVID screwed over the Arrowverse in a ton of ways. And so, you know, now, Basinger did tease that a small crossover cameo situation is, quote, being worked out, and that schedules are currently being looked over to hopefully make this happen, without sharing for what DC product it's meant to be, and they listed what Brett fully said, and what she fully said, again, link description in the article down below, you can read this for yourself while I'm going over it. So this is what Brett said. So I do know, just talking to Jeff Johns, their showrunner, nothing specific to The Flash, but there are other things. There's still talks going on about a small crossover camera situation, and we're actually working on schedules, so I'm hoping it works out, because clearly, last time it did not. But I'd say stay optimistic, they're still pushing for it. They also asked Brett if she knew what the canceled crossover story was going to be between The Flash and Stargirl, to which she stated that, and quote, I have no idea. However, she did say, that she was hoping, just as much as fans are, to be seeing Barry Allen meet Courtney before the show ends, and she shares that it's still possible. So, now the thing that a lot of people are taking away from this is that Brett didn't say what show. What she literally said was nothing specific to The Flash, but there are other things being talked about, and a small crossover cameo situation could happen. People are taking that as Superman and Lois, or Gotham Knights, or possibly Just You. The Just You one isn't really out there much, but it's either The Flash, which is the more likely option, I'll explain why, Superman and Lois, and Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights most likely will be on Superman and Lois' world, or somehow, some way connected to it. So that can't work. Superman and Lois cannot work at all, and here's why. Jay Garrick on Stargirl's world is directly the one from The Flash. This article even pointed that out. And I'm going to read it directly from the article. While The Flash Superman and Lois will be back in 2023, DC Stargirl is keeping the Arrowverse going this fall with Season 3 set to premiere August 31st, next Wednesday, with Frenemies as the story arc this year. Despite not taking place on Earth Prime, or whatever Earth Superman and Lois' Earth is on, DC Stargirl is adjacent to the franchise through the rebooted Earth 2 that was introduced during Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is not confirming it's part of the Arrowverse. Nothing that we saw in Crisis on these new worlds confirms it's part of the Arrowverse. What we need is a legitimate tie-in. And that tie-in came directly from John Wesley's character, Jay Garrick, serving as a tie to both worlds. To the Arrowverse and Stargirl's world, merging them into one, and Stargirl's part of the Arrowverse. The Arrowverse is not dead. The Arrowverse is not ending. Stargirl's part of the Arrowverse. The only people who want to admit that are people who have been paying attention to the facts. That is the truth. I know how many times I gotta say it. I've been saying it since 209 aired. Stargirl's part of the Arrowverse. So no, this crossover cameo thing cannot be with Superman and Lois. It cannot be with Gotham Knights. If Justice U is in the works and it is coming out and it's on Earth Prime, then it can be that. But here's the thing. Most of the fans have been wanting Bear and Court to meet up and team up for God knows how long. Now, it's pretty much since the pilot aired. I've been seeing that. A Stargirl, I mean. This is what the fans want. The Flash is ending. We need that crossover to happen right now. We don't need it to be dragged out. Make it happen. A small cameo crossover would be enough to actually get a live action confirmation that Stargirl is part of the Arrowverse. Even though we already got that, but no one wants to admit it. Now, here's what will happen to Stargirl that's a crossover with Superman and Lois. Right? It'll just ruin everything Superman and Lois set up. There'll be nothing wrong with Stargirl. But what it'll do for Superman and Lois is make it part of the Arrowverse. Because Stargirl's part of the Arrowverse, and their main reason why they won't cross over with the Flash is because they'll connect them directly to the Arrowverse. Are we missing that? Todd Helbing literally said there will not be a Flash crossover with Superman and Lois because they don't want a part of the Arrowverse. So if they cross over with Stargirl, that's going to be misdirecting what Todd said. That's going to go a complete 180. And you can't tell me Todd doesn't know that Stargirl's part of the Arrowverse. You can't tell me the showrunners don't. And you can't tell me the actors don't. Clearly, Breck does. Otherwise, you wouldn't be bringing up the Flash. You can't tell me John Williams' doesn't know that. Otherwise, he wouldn't be bringing up Stargirl and Flash in the same world. Or same universe, I mean. The Arrowverse. It's what it is. I've asked John Williams several times, is this the same Jack from the Flash? Is it connecting the two worlds? And he said yes. Several times. The showrunner said it. Breck even said it. The article I just write to you even said it. There is no other way. This crossover cameo from Stargirl to whatever other show cannot be the Flash. There's no other way. Gotham Knights isn't part of the Arrowverse. It's not on Earth Prime. How do we know that? Because the entire Batman story that's supposed to be on Gotham Knights will not add up with Batwoman's. So it's not part of the Arrowverse. It's not on Earth Prime. It's on another Earth. That is Superman and Lois' Earth. But even then, it's still contradicting what Superman and Lois set up. And then we have to deal with, what about Jay? Because he's a Jay from the Flash. So then we have Stargirl being connected to the Flash and being connected to Superman and Lois if that happens. That's not something we should be seeing. Now, I'm not going to watch Superman and Lois Season 3 just to find out if Court will be in it. If they come out and say, oh, Courtney will appear in this episode, I'm going to watch it. And I'll talk about it. I'm not going to say I still think it's going to Superman and Lois, but I will talk about it. I'll definitely go on a rant, that's for sure. But Jeff Johns is a very, very good showrunner. He knows what he's doing. This isn't the Todd Helbing or Eric Wallace screw-up situation. This is Jeff Johns. He's done well on this show for the past 2 years. I have really high faith for him season 3. He knows what he is doing. And Stargirl was written in the comics and created by Jeff Johns. So Jeff Johns knows what he's doing. If he sets his mind to it, he will do it. Right? You can do that with the show. He knows his character like the back of his own hand. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what the fans want. Breck knows what the fans want. What the fans want is the Flash and start of the crossover. There is no other possible way. The fans will, at very least, be satisfied if Stargirl crossovers Superman and Lois. There'll not be a single fan that will be like, oh my god, this is amazing. No, we're going to be like, what the hell is this? It makes no sense. It needs to be the Flash. Period. It needs to be. I know Breck in that article did not specifically say the Flash, and she even said nothing specific to the Flash, but she didn't point out anything else. She just said they're working on something that could still be related to the Flash. It could be. And we could still get in Stargirl Season 4, assuming they get one. Who knows? Assuming WB is still going to go off their viewership, I would say Stargirl will get a 4th season. It'll probably be their last, though. Unless HBO Max brings it back. Considering it's already on HBO Max, I can see that happening. It just depends what WB wants to do. But if Stargirl Season 4 and we don't get a Flash Stargirl thing by then, I say Stargirl Season 4, 100% we're going to get something related to them. That's how I'm seeing it. But, you know, I do think that what we are dealing with is Stargirl and the Flash going to cross over. And I really do have hope that they will. The fact that they had something in the works during like season 6 era, because remember, COVID didn't hit till Flash season 6B in that back half. It would have been post-crisis. It would have been pre-COVID. It would have been in those first, 5 or 6 episodes. That could have been amazing. And then COVID hit and it just wiped all that out. They couldn't have done anything. So, and I'm kind of curious why Grant didn't talk about me. He was never asked, I guess. No one ever thought to ask. But I'm glad we're learning this now. And I'm glad there's something in the works. I will say this. Even if it's not a Flash Stargirl crossover, even if it was a Superman and Lois, no matter what I think of Superman and Lois, it'd still be nice to see them considering crossovers. You know what I mean? Instead of just nothing whatsoever, right? I'm okay with that. What I will not be okay with is if it's on Superman and Lois, because the storyline will make zero sense. It'll just contradict everything Todd said. It'll contradict everything the show in 215 by Sam said that's not going to do the Arrowverse. It'll set all that up. They can't do that. You know, Todd won't put up with it. So, now, the Flash will start filming in 2 weeks. A week or two? I don't remember when exactly they start filming. I just know it's very, 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 very soon. So, if they were working on schedules, the Flash would be the one they need to look at. Right? Superman and Lois is also starting filming soon, too. So, Gotham Knights is out of the picture, right? We're not looking at Gotham Knights anymore. What it's down to is The Flash and Superman and Lois. This is the only 2 shows starting to cross over with right now. And if they're working on schedules, it's related to a show that has not started filming yet. Because they don't know what they're fully doing yet. At least, not entirely. They're going to work it as they start filming. But even if we do get a Stargirl Flash crossover and they bring Courtney in, like they said, it would be a cameo. It wouldn't be like a full-on episode, which is good. As much as we would love to see a full episode or 2 of Bear and Court teaming up, which would be amazing, don't get me wrong, assuming Barry lives after the series finale of The Flash, they can easily get Grant back on Stargirl for like 2 episodes, have a Earth Prime and Earth 2 story arc going on, where we see Team Flash, or just Barry, I mean, who cares about the rest of Team Flash, just Barry, he's suited up again. They have a massive team up on Stargirl, because the Flash will be done then. They could do that. What we need right now is just a cameo, I don't care, between Courtney and Barry. That's what a lot of fans want. I think it'll make a lot of fans happy, including myself. That is what we need from this show. Especially from The Flash. It'd be so cool to see. Now, a cameo would work great for the final season because it wouldn't just push the storyline back. It'd keep the momentum going. Would it be a shock to us? Like, oh my god, Courtney disappeared, holy crap. But it would be amazing to see because it wouldn't drag anything out. Right? It'd still keep the show going. It'd still get that final season momentum going as it should. There wouldn't be any problem with it at all. If they're doing a 4 or 5 part event in the beginning of season 9, which I would assume they would, and if they don't do that, I will be worried about season 9, The Flash. But if they do, Breck could appear as Courtney, and they could have a 1 or 2 episode thing. That's another reason why we need a crossover. They could bring back Oliver. They could bring in Bloodwork. They could wrap up the Frost storyline. Wrap up all these storylines. Make a Stargirl and Flash crossover happen. And there you go. You got a good kickstart to a final season right there. You make it a fan service. That is what they need to do. With Eric Wallace and Jeff Johns, easily the 2 best showrunners of the Arrowverse, in my opinion, they obviously know what they are doing. Especially Eric Wallace was his name. He knew what he was doing. This is whether you want to admit it or not. And I don't want people are, 50-50 on what season 9 will be like. I have a lot of hope for it because Eric Wallace knows what he's doing. Jeff Johns knows what he's doing with Stargirl. So if they put their heads together, they can come up with something. They can come up with something to work to where Flash and Stargirl cross over. You can make it a massive fan service, and everyone's happy, and we can all just rest easy knowing that Stargirl is 100,000% part of the Arrowverse. No one will say a single thing that's not. Anyone who does is just an idiot, and we can admit that then. But till then, we're going to keep getting people, no matter how many people want to argue, that it's not part of the Arrowverse, even though it is. But no one wants to admit it, besides a very, several handful of people. I think it's going to be something. And I'm overly excited for it. When I read that, I literally had the biggest smile on my face. Because I was like, this is going to happen. This is 100,000% going to happen. Now, I don't know how many of you are still watching this point in the video. I'm assuming not a lot of you, but probably 1 or 2 of you. Stargirl Season 3 was set up to be a final season. They did that with Season 2 and Season 1. It's what they do with the show. Now, Season 1, Season 2, yes, we had cliffhanger season the next season. But none of them were major. Like with Mr. Bones in Season 2, we know he won't be a major role in Season 3. It'll be like a done and done thing after a few episodes, and that'll be it. He's not the big bad this season. We don't know who the big bad is yet. So, the cliffhangers that they give us are not massive cliffhangers. They're not leaving us in the scene in case the show gets canceled, being like, what the hell happened? This is so annoying. It's not a massive cliffhanger. So if Season 3 ends on a cliffhanger, it won't be a massive one. Every single storyline will be wrapped up. And that's what we're going to be looking at. So I know a lot of you were worried about Stargirl being canceled in Season 3, or at the end at least. We don't need to worry about the show going out of flux because of a cancellation, not getting a 4th season. We don't need to worry about the show not ending on its own terms. On some level. Would it be nice to get a 4th season? Yes. Would it be nice for it to be its final season? Get it like a full-on final finale send-off? Yes. But season 3 is in fact the last season because we don't know yet. You know, at least we won't get, you know, like Batman Legends did with their treatment with massive cliffhangers. At least we'll get somewhat of a nice closed-off send-off and not a mess. So at least the writers on this show give a crap about their fans, compared to Batman Legends, which the writers clearly do not. Or at least, especially Legends writers. But nonetheless, that's pretty much everything I want to talk to this video. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Obviously, have a good day, have a good night, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys.